there was like a research done in recent, I guess, I don't remember which country it was. Can you just check in which country heroin is legal? Is it in?
Wow.
It's in. I don't know. I can't remember. It's either Switzerland. I think so. I don't know. It's one of these UK countries. So they actually believe that any substance, like, okay, let's not start from there. Let's talk about. I have a friend. He is from Mexico. Like, he's not from Mexico. He's been there a couple of times up in there. So he talks about the cartels who are like in charge over there, who are doing the drug trafficking and like most of the stuff like over there. And a lot of it is responsible for the drugs which are coming in, and they're not into traditional drugs now. They're into those amphetamines and those painkillers and those antidepressants and all that stuff, because they are legal in America, right? Because doctors can prescribe these, but they're highly addictive, and a lot of people like having like a very bad time like getting out of it, because it's legal. So your doctor is prescribing, so it must be okay. So they are having it on daily basis, but they're not able to get off because the depression is okay. So the argument is that if there's a way to solve a problem of an individual without having to give him that particular drug, but actually give him help to solve the problems in his life, right? If a person doesn't have a job, for instance, then anyone can like the society who are trying to catch them users who are substitutes and put them in jails, instead of using that money which is going to jails, they can use it to have organization to help these people to have like therapy and all that stuff. Because I think that is what essentially, not just me, like there's a philosophy out there which is followed by a lot of intellectuals, and they all, and the example of this is which country did you say?
They haven't legalized, but they have
There's a clinic.
competing with it.
Yeah.
In Switzerland.
Yeah, so in Switzerland, right? In Switzerland they have clinics. So if you're a heroin addict, you have to go to this clinic. You can get your daily dosage, and you have like a threshold for it. You can't go. They will give you any amount, but not the amount which will kill you, right? Yeah. So you can go take that and go to work. After that, you can do whatever you want. You can go home, chill if you want. And this is daily stuff. You can have it daily. So the statistics show, like as soon as they had a heroin problem in their country, so it was very bad. Like the crime rate had gone up, the prostitution had gone up, like the murders have gone up. Okay, and after this release, everything went down, and they traced like what was the relationship between heroin and the black market and the uh, uh, crime and all these factors, right? So they find out that since heroin was most of the reason why drug gangs are even there, because when the police are not in charge of a substance, then the criminal gangs, if it's illegal, then the criminal gangs get the hang of it, right? They are the ones who are dealing it, because it's illegal now, it's black, right? And that, when that goes down, and on top of that, prostitution is there, because there are females who are addicted to heroin. For that, they needed to like have money, right, for them, so that they used to sell their bodies for that. Now they don't have to do that anymore, because they're getting it for free. Prostitution fell like drastically, man. Like there was literally no signs of prostitution after legalizing heroin in Switzerland. Isn't that amazing to see? To see that if legalizing something like solves such problems, then what are we doing with our society? Putting people in
It
jail?
has it has been happening since a very long time, not only even in the United States. To get so it's very simple. If you do not have a control over a certain drug,
Yeah.
legalize it and put the distribution in a manner which is controlled.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
legalize it and have controlled
Control
distribution.
distribution, right?
I was reading a book which is based on, it was by William S. Burroughs. He is from the Beats generation.
Mm-hmm.
So what he wrote about in the book Junkie was that, so this dude was heavily addicted to morphine.
Right.
And
It's the stuff
what
they
he
give
talks
in
about,
wars, right, to numb you.
I don't really know how morphine works, but I
Right.
know this dude was addicted to morphine.
Okay.
So what he writes in the book is that there were these camps. I think these were Chinese camps in the
Right.
United States.
Right.
By camps, they mean there were hospitals for
Like clinics.
whatever these the modern age rehabilitation centers.
Right.
So these were called Chinese camps at that time.
Yeah.
Over there, if I'm correct. But so now what these guys would do, they would go once they run out of money, they would go to those camps and they would have, I think, 5 milligrams of morphine consumption a day.
Right.
At so for a period of 6 months or so, till the time they do not have a source of income outside, they are at those camps
Yeah.
getting treated for
Right.
their addiction. And the
Yeah.
moment they have a job outside, they just go out and down to work and getting more money for the original morphine intake that these guys have been into. So
Yeah.
this was I'm not talking about the same
Yeah.
legalization
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the structure has been
Yeah.
happening since many years where
Right.
where the governments have tried to have the consumption of drugs under control.
Right.
Now, the way our society functions is rolling on popular belief.
Yeah. What is trending?
For instance, yes, I wouldn't use the word trending. Popular belief, I mean, in a society, if there are about 100 people, what are those 95 people? What is the 95% of those people talking about, and what are those 5% of the people talking?
Right.
5% of the people will be game for legalization, absolutely on point of the benefits of marijuana, cannabis, or benefits of hashish, giving into the given to the ideology of their own lord, have been consuming cannabis in whichever form,
Yeah.
getting into those ideologies, statistics, and medicinal researches,
Benefits. Yeah.
which they are right in their own way. That 5% of the society is right in their own way, but the dominating 95% is not going to let that 5% grow.
Yeah. Right.
So that is the kind of a society that we are living in.
Yeah. Understand.
And either you become a person who rages against the society, or you become a person who mellows down and does whatever the fuck you want to in a
Privately.
very discreet manner.
Yeah.
And once that person is caught doing the thing in discreetly, that person is crucified in front of the entire society.
Yeah.
That
He's
person
given
is
that shame, right?
shamed.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what is more, we cannot change